YouTube, guys, what's up? Chris Rod, Sun City Lawn Care. We are back in the lawn, the thick, lush, excessively overgrown Bermuda lawn. I tell you what, man, check this out. We got some more runners for you guys. They are creeping, they are crawling one week to the next. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about Bermuda growth, summertime growth, the last final June lawn care before we get in the heat of the summer, which we are already in today. In about 2 hours, in an hour and a half, when we hit that 4 o'clock time period, it is supposed to get 105 degrees here in El Paso, Texas. So we're going to be talking about not only lawn care, we're going to be talking about some implementations that you need to get down now, depending on your area. And I'll tell you what, you guys see them clouds? They moving in. We got some incoming rains. We're going to be talking about what you guys can be doing to protect your lawns during the summer heat with excessive rains. All right, so we're gonna get in a quick mode, but before I do, I did want to point a couple things out. I want to show you guys around. This is the main square footage, and it is overgrown one week to the next. Bermuda grass, it just takes off in the summertime, and if you don't keep an eye on it, it will surpass your mowing frequency. And you know, when that happens, what you start to see are a couple things. One of them, and this is one of the questions we get pretty often, is what are these growing in my lawn? People just don't know, or they don't recognize what grass seed heads look like. And that is all this is. So understand this first and foremost, is that when Bermuda grass, or any grass type for that matter, when it starts to become stressed in some way, shape, or form, it starts to reproduce. It's protecting itself, so it reproduces these seed heads, or it grows the seed heads in an expedited manner. It's trying to reproduce. These are sterile. They're not going to reseed your lawn or nothing like that. But that's kind of what you're getting. So the solution: mow more. Now the other thing, we've been having a crap load of family parties, and that's what we do in the summertime. But this past weekend I came out here and I noticed ant hills, and I'm like, oh, there's no way. I put down what I needed to put down. I got my pest control in, and lo and behold, let's see if I can show you this. Look at this guy, all this sand right here. These guys are doing what they need to do to survive a little bit of ant hills. But then you got to ask yourself, well, Chris, didn't you put down your pest control for ants? Yeah, I did. And I put down a liquid, I watered it in, and I'll be damned, I still got ants. Here's another ant hill. Look at this guy. Y'all see that? Sometimes you got to reapply the product. Sometimes you just don't get good coverage. Sometimes the environment and Mother Nature takes over and just rules the lawn. Guys, I had to get this in. This is a real world scenario, okay? You get to a property as a lawn care guy, or maybe you're DIYing it and you've been following my channel, which if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give me a like. 90% of you guys aren't subscribed. Killing me, Smalls. But look at this. My damn irrigation system's going off, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We got the big old ball of goodness out. And why is that? Oh, well, that's right, because Chris does a syringe soaking in the hottest part of the day. Splash myself with water. I splash my lawn with a little bit of water to cool it down. That's one of the top secrets. But the problem right now is I'm trying to shoot a video and mow the grass, and I forgot to turn the system off. So what do we got over here? Real world. I got wet ass grass that I have yet to cut. Look at that. So when we get to a property and the grass is wet, whoo, that's another ball of worms. We ain't gonna talk about that one. We ain't gonna open that can today, but I'm just letting you know we're gonna go ahead and cut the grass. I'm gonna show you what it's like, how I cut my wet grass. Thank God I already got that cut, because all I gotta do the application thereafter and talk more to you guys about what we're gonna be applying today. But I'm gonna mow this down and then we'll dive into it. All right, guys, we're back in the lawn. I gotta make this quick because we're coming up on that 104, 107 degree. Oh, it's smoking today. Okay, but check this out. You guys saw that pile of fucking, excuse my French, that pile of crap That's when that's what happens when you mow wet grass. So sometimes you show up to it, sometimes you forget about your syringe soaking in the middle of the day like I did, and you get some wet grass. But all you do is, if you do get you know, upon some wet grass, just raise your mower. Just cut a little bit more off the top. You make some readjustments going into the next week or the next 2 weeks. You make sure the grass isn't wet, and then you get it done. But you know what I mean. Either way, we got it trimmed down. Grass is looking phenomenal over here. The grass is looking a lot better over here. As you guys know, you've been following along. If you haven't clicked, hit that subscribe button. I'm telling you, 90%, man. Y'all help me out. Anyways, grass is recovered. You know, it's filling in those bare spots that we had, whether it had been from the weed issue that we had earlier in the season, or if you had noticed, there was some leveling done that I did back here. I had some extra screen compost that I put down the ground. That's filling in. All sorts of things, you know, right? So, you know, heat of the summer, we got increased temperatures. We're at 104 today. We got increased humidity. El Paso, you know, on average, maybe 30, 40%. Some of you guys out there, 80% humidity, 100%. You know, when I used to be in the military, and when I lived in Japan, Hawaii, when we were overseas, you walk out the door from the refrigerated, you know, building or a house, you start pouring sweat instantly. You get that sticky. That's how I am today. I'm sticky. It's increased humidity. We are asking for troubles with our lawns with this stuff. So today's topic is, you know, protecting your lawns from fungal disease issues. Some of y'all might have already come across some of these issues. And you don't have to wait until the increased heat or humidity and then rain's coming in. You don't have to wait to do that. You can get product down sooner than later. So let's go over a couple of different products, okay? This is one that I always recommend to clients. I'm a huge fan of the BioAdvanced product line. You guys can get this locally wherever you're at. This is a fungus control for lawns, cures and prevents, all right? Now, the curative is if you got something going on. You got a yellow spot here, a yellow patch. This time of the season, whether you're in the transition zone, up north, down in the south, over in Florida, Texas, California, wherever, you probably might be experiencing increased rains, heat, and humidity, and there's an opportunity to get some of this stuff down as a curative or a preventative. Those are the two types of applications you can do. If you've got some, you know, some browning, some chlorosis, some yellowing, either patches, little coin-looking spots that are yellow, that's called dollar spot. You may have some gray leaf tissue, okay, brown patch, summer patch. It takes over everything. This is all you need. You get yourself a little bottle of this, okay, or you do a granular application, which they sell that product in. Either option is going to do its job, okay, whether it's a curative or preventative. The aspect you want to take on is if it's a curative, obviously you got an issue. If it's a preventative application you're doing like myself, today I don't have disease or fungal issues. Hence the video. I'm giving you guys a heads up. We're in El Paso, West Texas. We got rains coming in. We had rains last week. As early as May, if you read the label of any of these product lines, whether it be a product like I just showed you, or another product like this, which is 100%, not 100%, but that's pure propiconazole, which you can get from domyown.com. If you read the labels, they're going to give you a list of fungal issues that you may be experiencing in your own lawn, and it's going to tell you the application rate. So with a pure propiconazole product, you know, you may be applying on a liquid state like that, 1 ounce, 2 ounces, curative, 4 ounces. It changes, right? And you've got the bottle that I showed you, the blue one, where it's a hose-in attachment, and that bottle is rated for 5,000 square feet. The thing about fungicides is you don't have to treat the whole lawn. If you've got a spot up there, you got a spot over here, you can treat that spot and the surrounding grass around it, and that will assist in the curative process, okay? Or if you're doing a preventative aspect, you can blanket spray the whole lawn. So we've been on a liquid program for majority of the year as far as the fertilization applications, my pest management. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and continue to show you guys a liquid option even for fungicides, okay? And to just give you an example, and I don't know if I can pull enough of it off. I might be able to. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'm so bad at being a cameraman. It's dust. That's my point, is that I don't normally do liquid options in a hose end attachment. I'm usually doing something that is a concentrated form and we're mixing it with water, 4 ounces of that product, and a gallon, 2 gallon, 3 gallon, 4 gallons of water is your concentration of product. Okay, so I'm normally doing that with a lot of our client work, okay, and even in my own backyard. But in the spirit of liquid applications, we're going to go ahead and get down some liquid fungicide control. This is propiconazole, okay? This is a low rate, 2.42% of propiconazole, okay? If you get that concentrated stuff, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck, okay? And again, you guys can get this stuff for granular. If you don't have stuff like this, or a hose end, backpack sprayer, but all you got is a push spreader, get some granulars. It's absolutely okay. Outside of this, this is BioAdvanced. The other product we always recommend, you know, DIYing it, as always, is something like Disease X from Scott's. You can't go wrong with that. That's a good old azoxystrobin. Again, preventative and curative. Those are your 2 types of fungicide applications, or fungus control, if you will, that you want to start getting down now. If you guys are up north and or the transition zone, you guys are getting rain like crazy. If you get a time period, an opportunity to go ahead and get some product down, there's a dry period, go ahead and get that product down. That's going to go a long way with protecting your lawn. All right, that's it, guys. That's today's topic of the video, is how to protect your lawns from disease and fungal issues. As you guys noticed, and I'm not going to expedite this segment of the video. I wanted you to see how fast that I was walking back and forth, okay? The reason why is, if you do decide to get something like this, and it doesn't have to be BioAdvanced, it can get any fungicide product, is you have to be mindful of your walk speed and your application rate, okay? We never want to apply a product. We always want to be environmentally friendly as we can. This bottle treats up to 5,000 square feet. I've only got 1,000 square feet. And what's great about this is that it actually has this clear line here that you can go ahead and kind of gauge it. So if you really wanted to, you can mark off different sections, you know, turn this bottle into fifths. You know, 1 application's 1,000 square feet, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, etc. Or if you've only got 1,000 square feet like I do, you know, we can mark it off as first, second application, second application. I should be able to get 5 applications out of this little tiny bottle, which is what I like about it. Moreover, you just saw me spray it. It's quick, easy. I'm done, right? I'm almost done, guys. But either way, keep an eye on that. That's what makes, you know, granular versus liquid different. The granular you put down, it's got a label rate on the back of the bag, and you're done, right? You spread it out. Your concentration forms, 2 ounces, 4 ounces. You're mixing with a gallon of water. You got a little bit more leeway. Those hose end sprayers, man, if you're not watching it, you'll use that whole bottle lickety split. I promise you that. That's going to finalize the video. I just wanted to talk to you guys. You guys can go ahead and get prepared now. We've talked about the application products. There's different ones out there. Your primary ingredients: propiconazole, azoxystrobin. You got BioAdvanced. You got Disease X. You know, there's just some products you can get from the DIY store, or domyown.com if you're looking for a more concentrated form. The application rates, they're going to vary based on your square footage, granular, liquid, and then your time period, which I have not mentioned. Okay, with fungicides, that's not like fertilizer or pest control, okay? These fungicide applications, you want to reapply every 28 days. And as a matter of fact, yep, tells you right there, protects for 1 month. A lot of them are the same application or reapplication process every 28 days. So we're going to jump on the gun, right? I don't have disease and I'm trying to prevent it. This is a preventative application in 28 days. We're in the back end of June, the back end of July, I will do another application because we in El Paso are coming up on our monsoon season when we get them rains, right? Wherever you're at, you're probably already getting a lot of rain. So you may be not necessarily preventative, but you may be on the curative aspect and you reapply every 28 days during that rainy season, if you will. And if you haven't already hit your rainy season, but upcoming video next, I'm gonna teach you guys how to kill weeds in undesired areas in 15 minutes or less. Ciao.